Hello everyone and welcome! If you were expecting a Demon Souls video, well, shocks to you, this is gonna be a new game that we're gonna be playing. It's called The Witness. Is absolutely fantastic game. Puzzle game, a little bit different than what we've been doing before, but really excited for it. I think we're just gonna start by jumping right in, and we'll take it right from there. So, let's go. For those of you that haven't heard of this game before, this is a really cool game. It's made actually by basically a team of, they're saying, no more than about 15 people, times even less than that. Kind of one of the biggest low-budget indie games. It cost them, I think, something like 6 or 7... What was it? 6 or 7 million? Decent price for a game. So let's get started. Jumps you right into this tunnel. We can't even turn all the way around right yet, but let's get started. The long walk. And here we're gonna see basically what the entire point of the game is, at least for the start. So if you push the X button, it takes you into the puzzle mode. You can move your cursor around, you can move it faster if you push the R2 button, something I didn't realize until like maybe about 3/4 of the way through the game, so I felt really proud on there. And the whole point of, at least the whole point of the main game, is basically you put the cursor in the dot, you tap the dot, slide it to the end, and you win. Just that easy. Easiest puzzle game you've ever played in your life. Oh, just kidding. Before we do anything though, I do want to turn the brightness up. I do want to turn subtitles on. One thing you notice about this game is it won't have all too much of a story. There is one hidden deep inside, but definitely doesn't explain all too much to you. Oh, now we're gonna get these puzzles. These are just mind-bending. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this one. And now we are walking into the real world of the game. Welcome. Isn't it pretty? Just the foliage of the trees, the grass, everything just looks so nice. I love to live here. This is my new home, I think. So I have played through the whole game, have done all of the puzzles in here. Just kind of want to show you guys what it's all about. So we won't be going into all the secrets, at least at the start. We'll kind of be rolling through them as we go along. But here's our first kind of real puzzle, first starting maze. And still nice and simple. You can see that when you activate it, a line forms right on the ground if you want to follow it. Takes you to the next panel, and basically this whole area is just teaching you kind of what the flow of the game is. You go from panel to panel solving the puzzles. Don't worry, they do get more interesting than this. I know it seems crazy, but they've somehow managed to make, I think it's something over 700 puzzles, if memory serves me right, of just line-based drawings. And it seems like it would be really boring, to be honest. On paper, it doesn't sound like a great idea at all. But then again, Shadow of the Colossus also, on paper, didn't seem like it'd be that great a game. 16 boss fights, giant world, doesn't do anything, you ride on a horse, and somehow it turned out to be one of my favorite games. So we'll see what you think. We'll get a little bit further in this today. So you can see it's activated one panel. I can try drawing on this, but I can't get through because it's blocked. So it seems to me that we are going to be looking for these other panels to light up so we can get this working. So let's work. Starts teaching you a couple new things, so now you could start at either end. I'm sure one is the right one, one's the wrong one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Let's see if my maze running skills are up to snuff. Perfect. That activated the second one. Let's get this third one. Oh, and it goes up there, so we're gonna have to run around it. Oh, and we keep going. Get some interesting couches here. Just really don't fit the environment all too much. It seems like they're just kind of added in later. And it seems like there probably is some story reason for it, so we'll talk about it down the road. Just keep it in the back of your mind for now. And this also teaches you something, so I can activate this one. But if I follow this, it doesn't seem to be the one that we need right now. So we're going to have to choose the second option. So already we're starting to see a little bit of intricacies on this. Different ways starts unlocking different parts of the world. You'll see this come into play later on. But we activate this one, turns off the other one. And if all goes well, all of the panels are open, so we can play with this puzzle. Oh, I don't know. Hardest puzzle ever, I think. Oh boy. And now we can enter the game proper. Before we do that, I'm going to do one thing, because this is actually something I did on my first playthrough of the game. I was curious, well, what on earth does this other line actually do for us then? So let's activate that one, because it doesn't seem like we'll need the other one ever again. At least, probably not. So let's see if we can find out what that leads to. Kind of cool, some broken architecture, got this one crazy pillar, all the fancy stuff. Cool little light thing. I like the reflection on this stuff, so it does reflect light, which is pretty cool. It's one of those games, it's just this nice simple game, but it has all of these nice little details in it. Also, I think I've turned up the audio loud enough, but basically this game is all just ambient audio. There's next to no music in this game. There's next to no... Well, there's actually only... we'll see them a little bit later, but there's no real story given through dialogue at all, except hidden kind of really, really deep into the game. You can find some stuff randomly. But what you do get is these little audio recorders. You can see it right there. And let's see what this one has to say.
I am standing on the threshold about to enter a room. It is a complicated business. In the first place, I must shove against an atmosphere pressing with a force of 14 pounds on every square inch of my body. I must make sure of landing on a plank, traveling at 20 miles a second around the sun. A fraction of a second too early or too late, the plank will be miles away. I must do this whilst hanging from a round planet head outward into space, and with a wind of ether blowing at no one knows how many miles a second through every...
You can tell that the line's going right through here and open this gate.
Has no solidity of substance. To step on it is like stepping on a swarm of flies. Shall I not slip through? No. If I make the venture, one of the flies hits me and gives me a boost up again. I fall again and am knocked upwards by another fly, and so on. I may hope that the net result will be that I remain about steady, but if, unfortunately, I should slip through the floor or be boosted too violently up to the ceiling, the occurrence would be not a violation of the laws of nature, but a rare coincidence. These are some of the minor difficulties. I ought really to look at the problem four-dimensionally as concerning the...
You can see the town right in the end.
That of the plank. Then again, it is necessary to determine in which direction the entropy of the world is increasing in order to make sure that my passage of the threshold is an entrance, not an exit. Verily, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a scientific man to pass through a door. And whether the door be barn door or church door, it might be wiser that he should consent to be an ordinary man and walk in, rather than wait till all the difficulties involved in a really scientific ingress are resolved. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
So we can see right here, we'll talk about that quote in a second, but you can see right here that not just any answer to this problem will do anything for you, it just denies you. We really don't know why, but it looks like there's some dots, so we can see if we can maybe it's like touching all the dots or anything. This is actually the first puzzle I did outside of that intro area. And if you do it that way, it unlocks that door. Perfect. Yay, you win. See this random panel here, and I remember the first time I did this panel, I just kind of went, I think, like that. And it works. Doesn't seem to do anything at the moment, but it was interesting. Get one more quote. Let's try this one out.
Of all the communities available to us, there's not one I would want to devote myself to, except for the Society of True Searchers, which has very few living members at any time. Albert Einstein, 1924.
I think that was actually the first quote I heard in this game, and it really kind of does talk, give you some good indication on how this game is. Really, this game is all about discoveries. You can tell I'm not doing the greatest on this. I honestly don't even remember. There we go. Wow. But yeah, this game is really just all about kind of discovering how the world works and why it works the way it does. And it doesn't give you all too many answers, but if you are observant, you can actually tell there's a lot more detail in this game than kind of what you would expect for a regular game. When they were making it, they actually hired architects, they actually hired all of these plant specialists, everything else, to make sure that the game looked as real as possible. So every building that you see could actually be built in real life, which is pretty neat, and there's probably a reason to that. We'll get there soon. You can see this puzzle has some interesting stuff on it. We got those dots, but we got some black and white lines as well, which we really don't know all too much about. We'll come back to that. But this is kind of your first area that you're expected to go to. So this is kind of the Witness's version of tutorials, you could say. So you can see this, and those are those black and white lines we just saw a second ago. It's not really telling you what to do, but you can see if I don't get the answer right, it blinks and it tells me that stuff is going wrong. So last option. Okay, and that one works. Cool. So then again, you can do the same thing, and you kind of trial and error it for the first part. But then you start noticing that there's probably a pattern to this that isn't just doing it. So that one black one seems like it's right, but these two are wrong, so it's probably like that, yeah? Able to figure out the pattern yet? Got that one. And they just get progressively harder, just to kind of teach you how the rules of what these symbols actually mean. I forget who it was, someone was talking about the Witness once, and they kind of referred to these symbols as the language of the game. It's the one that's showing you kind of how to do that problem solving. And then from there, you're going to see a lot more problems that involve this, and then it combines other things, and that's how this game actually gets so hard by the end, is you're not really confused about how to do it, it's just, or what the rules are for it. You're more confused of, oh my god, I've got like 100 things on here, and how on earth am I going to be able to pull all of it off? I'm still not going to tell you guys the rule. You guys can figure it out, I think. I think you guys are smart cookies. You're able to get this. If not, well, there's guides. Or you could play the game yourself. If you are planning on playing this game, I would recommend that you do it blind. You do lose something. I remember the first time I kind of figured out all these rules. It's one of those moments that you just love it.
The physicist Wolfgang Pauli once spoke of two limiting conceptions, both of which have been extraordinarily fruitful in the history of human thought, although no genuine reality corresponds to them. At one extreme is the idea of an objective world, pursuing its regular course.
We've already seen this type of puzzle before.
Independently of any kind of observing subject. This has been the guiding image of modern science. At the other extreme is the idea of a subject, mystically experiencing the unity of the world and no longer confronted by an object or by any objective world. This has been the guiding image of Asian mysticism. Our thinking moves somewhere in the middle, between these two limiting conceptions. We should maintain the tension resulting from these two opposites. Werner Heisenberg, 1974.
And from that quote, you can kind of start seeing the gist of what this game's trying to do here. So you're going to see a lot of dichotomies between different concepts. And at first, it kind of, when I first saw these, when I first saw the quotes for it, it was just, oh, okay, they're nice, they're nice. But I think you'll see the more and more we go through this playthrough, how much these quotes really reflect the world that's being created here. And again, I don't want to spoil all too much because this is our first episode. We're gonna go through this pretty in depth as we kind of go along. But some interesting thoughts to think about as you're going through. Now, we've learned about these black dots. We've learned about these white and black dots, and then I remember we got this puzzle right here. So this is kind of like, okay, you've learned all the basics. Can you handle a bigger puzzle? So now we got, what, 4 places we can start at. We got a gajillion dots everywhere. We got 3 places we can end it. And it's kind of figuring out, well, how on earth are you gonna do this? So this is really where you start finding your problem-solving ability, because really, there's only one entrance that'll actually make sense. Can you see which one it is? Can you see which one it is? Going once. Going twice. It's this one. So I can cut through the dots right over here. If I go this way, can hit all of the dots still. Want to go, what is it, this way. Through here, up here. And you can see, this looks like it's kind of important. That's definitely not the easiest of problems. So you kind of feel really good accomplishing that. You feel like you've had a good time. And then you see this. It's one line. Looks like this pretty crazy box. Let's see what happens. I want to buy a box like that. That seems like the coolest box ever. And we got this thing. Cool thing is that it kind of looks like it's like photocopied or faxed or something. But we can't really do anything with it. We get a nice tree. We can stare at the tree, have some fun with that. But yeah, so that's kind of the first task of the game. Got through that, got our little secret thing which we don't know about. There is one last little quote thing I want to show you guys. And brace yourself, hold on to your hats. Make sure you're sitting down because this is actually the first bit of story dialogue you're going to see in the for a long time. It's right here. Some nice pillows. Looks like a cup with some water maybe. And one little thing.
Through many births, I have wandered on and on, searching for, but never finding, the builder of this house.
Yep. That's what you get. That's it. That's all. That is your story for almost the entire game. You'll notice that that is the... doesn't have an actual quote to it. It is not actually said by anyone. Well, anyone that's quote-worthy, I guess. Unless you consider the girl that plays the voice actress for Ellie in The Last of Us. Is that her name? Ellie? I want to say it's Ellie. But yeah, that, think about that. We'll talk about that later. Much later. But you can see there's a couple ways we can go now. We got this nice, beautiful forest over here. We got some stuff over there. We got this town over here. And that's really the cool part about this game, is literally after we go through that opening section, you can go anywhere you want, almost, in this whole game. So you can go whatever section you want. Some are designed more or less so to be tackled first or second. Like this area, you'll see we've got a lot of stuff that you probably have no idea what it means. So not really going to be able to do all too much. You know, I could randomly try a billion combinations, but it's probably not going to work. See this statue? Looks like it's carved, eh? Looks interesting. Doesn't look the happiest, but what's cool is you see a lot of perspective things in this game too. So if I look at it from this perspective, the shadow just looks like it's juggling. Doesn't look that unhappy, looks like it's having a great time. When you look up close, doesn't look like this guy's having all too much fun. So we'll kind of keep an eye out for these neat little effects. But let's get to our first section. First section of the day. You'll realize this isn't going to change throughout the whole playthrough, but this is going to be a little bit lighter paced playthrough. You're not going to see any action or explosions. This is really more of a thought-provoking game, kind of silent, quiet game. So if you are expecting that type of stuff, I would recommend you try my Demon's Souls playthrough instead. You'll see a lot more action in there. This one is going to be a little bit calmer, a little bit more relaxing. Maybe a Saturday morning nice wake up after a hangover or something. Oh, and you can see, so I started on one and it's automatically starting the second line. I can't cross that line, but I can do that. Well, ain't that neat? Got these really cool vases. I don't know if you can hear it with the audio, but each of these vases actually has a different sound associated with it. Who knows why? No one's figured it out. Maybe it's just the wind blowing into it. Maybe it's something more. Get a little castle. And we get our first real problems. So same thing. Starts another line, can't cross it. This one seems pretty easy though. Get a little bit harder. So you can see already from the get-go, you aren't just stuck with just these mazes. It does branch out pretty quickly, and it does so in a lot of ways. It really challenges some of your expectations. When I first heard that it was just line problems, I was like, oh, well, there's only so many ways you can make a line problem. You know, you can put symbols in it or anything else, but eventually it's probably going to get boring. And I am pleased to say that this was probably a game that kept me more captivated than majority of stuff I've played in the last little bit. It's really cool. You can see this one. It's a little bit trickier. There we go. Yay. Nothing we can activate here. But we did activate a new line, so let's see where this leads to. And, oh, so now we got some that one goes up, the other one goes down, so just throwing our perspective off a little bit more. Still nothing I don't think we can't handle. Pretty nice. Nice you can see reflections on the panels themselves. Just again, some nice little details. It's not just, oh, here's a lot of panels, you can make this into a mobile app game. It has some nice details to it. You can see stuff is going a little bit crazier here. I don't know how to do mazes. That's good. What do we want? Through here. Can't go up. Can't go up. So we're probably going this way. Alright, there we go. Well, and now this one's a little bit more warped. But you can see it works the exact same way. I think it's actually, what's fun about this is it's actually the exact same puzzle. So all this is here for is just showing you that it doesn't matter how messed up your paneling is. It'll work. So, if you've been watching as well, you may notice what type of factory this is. So we got a lot of sand here. We've got these glass type of panels, got these pokers, more glass panels, this giant machine of some form, giant door. Got these nice fancy glass sculptures here, so it's kind of cool because this is most likely, and by most likely, it has been confirmed, but it is a glass house, so this is actually where they make the glass. I forget, it's one of the art designers did a blog on it, and he said they wanted to make this world that everything has a part in it, so the glass comes from over here, other stuff comes from other areas of the island, so it could be all self-contained. Which I think is pretty cool. And so now we get to a new island, so let's see this one. Oh, now we got dots. Again, so we already know how to tackle those. Nothing too crazy. I think we can handle that. Da-da-da! And we got another one of these things that we can't actually get through. So for right now, what we're gonna have to do is just go down the stairs and we'll see what we can do down here. Maybe. Got some more puzzles. Little dots. That one was nice and easy, hey? What about this one? What are we doing here? Easy enough. Oh, another one. See if we can get this one. You can see it's getting a little bit more advanced now. Huh. It's not good that I don't remember any of this. It's been a little while since I've done this. Let's see if we can do it this way. No. 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 What about this? There we go. We've got this. We got this. Awesome. This video we're probably going to make a decent amount longer. I think these ones are going to be a little bit shorter videos just because of the content on it. 30 minutes can be a little bit long for stuff like this, I think. So we might, what we'll probably end up doing is probably make these closer to like 15-20 minute episodes to start off with. But for this first one, we'll go a little bit longer so you can kind of get the gist of how the game works. Oh my goodness. Or maybe I'll just desperately not be able to do any of these puzzles. There we go. We go through here. Oh my goodness. This. And the sad part is I've played these puzzles before. I feel a little bit sad now that I'm just not able to hit these. How do I get that one? I go around? No, you can't go around. So you can see they do actually ramp up pretty well. There we go. We got this. Alright. Let's try this. Can we... Yeah, I think we can. There we go. Cool. Yay. Follow the line, follow the line. What are we doing? We follow the line. And we're back. This one's cool. So, notice that my cursor is always blue, the other one turns yellow, and so say I try it this way. Denied. But if we go through this, life is all good in the world. Curious to see one thing though. Yeah, alright. So we got a pretty basic concept. Again, it's just expanding the other concepts, so it's nothing all too crazy yet. I feel like we should probably be on this side. This will probably make it easier for us. Down, up. There we go. So nothing too crazy yet. That's nice, right? Nothing all too crazy. You can start learning. So now you're seeing some black dots as well. So you get to figure out what those are. Again, I don't think I'm gonna say what any of this stuff is. I think you guys can figure this stuff out. I don't want to give too many spoilers. Give you a game to play if you haven't played this game already. Nope. Nope. Should really stop talking while I'm doing this. Clearly it is not working out for us. Down. Up. Nope, has to go this way. Can't do that. Can't do that though. There we go. Oh no, I can't do that. Can I do? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Oh my goodness, I feel so. Probably this way, right? Yeah. That seems like it works. Oh, but now this one. Just not catching a break today. Not catching a break. No, we have to go that way, right? It just seems silly if we didn't. Yeah. So it has to be this one. We're going through all the way this way, all the way this way. Still. There we go. No, it's, oh boy. I am just not winning. Can I do this? No, because then it's stuck. Can I do this? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my goodness, this is awful. I am sorry, you guys. I really expected to not be just beyond horrible at this, and apparently I am. Go this way, go this way. Still can't go that way. Oh my goodness. This is... Why is this ruining my day? That is what this is doing. So if I go this way, then I go this way, then I cross this, and I go this way, and I go this way, and I go this way. I still can't do it because then I'm blocking that. Huh. Let's try this. I'm just having no luck at any of this other stuff, but... So can I go this way? No, right? It has to be this way. One yellow line. Can I? No, no. So I have to stop this here. That's the only way I can see it. And I can't go up. But if I go this way, go up, go this way, that takes it what way? Can't do that. Can't do that. Can do this though. There we go. No, we still don't have it. Now we have it. Oh, no, we still don't have it. There we go. Oh my goodness, 16 years later. That was embarrassing. I am sorry about that, you guys. But we're going back. We're getting there. I'll redeem myself. Ooh, got a new audio log. We'll listen. Actually, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll listen to the audio logs after we've finished everything, because you're gonna learn a decent amount of stuff for them. But to really understand exactly what's going on with it, we're gonna have to do some interesting stuff. You're gonna have to kind of see the level fully, see exactly where it is, and then you'll hopefully be able to start understanding what some of these quotes do. There we go, now we're back in our game. You can notice that things are starting to get a little bit weird with that yellow line now. Just a little weird. Oops. There we go. As it is slowly fading away to nothingness. Ta-da! Oh, so see, even though it looks the same, the exit is over here now. So something isn't going right. I bet you this will fix it though. There we go. Again, I'm not gonna say exactly how I'm doing all of these. Give you guys something to scratch your brain over. Or maybe it's super easy for you and you're just laughing that I'm having a hard time. Definitely could be the case as well. There we go. Notice how it's like completely invisible now, and just to make your life a little bit more fun. Go through here, down. Go up, up. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, and now finally we have both those gates open, so we can actually, in theory, get through this place. And now we're up to this. Oh, this one's nice. Notice how it's only yellow here. It's a little bit different than what we're used to, with the blue being our main color. Activates that. I feel like we can, yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. This one's less easy, but I don't think we'll have an issue. There we go. And now we have this other side. And seems easy enough, right? But no, it can't be that easy. But what is this whole level being about? It's all being about symmetry. I believe this island is called Symmetry Island, if you look at the game stuff. So, interestingly enough, it looks very similar maze, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? So let's see if I have memory skills. I most certainly do not. 1 square, okay. 2, 1 square, 1 square? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to take a photo of this, aren't I? Down, goes 3, oh, it goes 1, I get it. I get how this memory thing works. And that gets it for us. So again, we're kind of using that same symmetry concept on all of these type of puzzles, which is pretty neat. I should really look at the other one before I just start going for it, right? There we go. Oh, is this opposite now? Nope, the thing's still at the top. Is it this way? Oh, jeez. Oh. And you'll notice that they encourage that you don't cheat by making these fantastic things where sometimes, for some of the puzzles, you have to redo the last one in order to get it again. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah? Yeah? 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. Oh, this is just embarrassing. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2. Oh my goodness, I already forgot what it was. Pro tip, probably easier to just take a picture of these and then use that. That would have been a solid strategy, but I overestimate my ability to remember things. So there we go. Let's see if we can nail this one. Maybe we'll get 1. Maybe. So if it starts there, I want to end on the bottom here, so I should be starting on this side, and then it goes sideways and then down, which means it's probably sideways and up on this one, right? Sideways down, sideways up. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember how it ends again. There we... Oh my god. Oh boy, people. We might be getting our phone ready for the next one to make this a little bit less embarrassing of a process. 1, then we're gonna go up 2, we're gonna go sideways 1, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go all the way up, and then we're gonna go down. Okay. 17th billion time the charm. There we go. And you can see that we get this fancy little gate. And this nice, fancy little yellow box has some really cool reflections on it. Let's see what it does. I love how they made this whole thing fit in the box. And same thing, just like all the rest of the stuff, this is actually all possible to fit in this box in real life. So you could make this magic thing if you really had some spare time on your hands. And you'll notice that we get a laser beam that shines right over to the mountain. And this is really the main goal of the game, is just get these laser beams shining up to the mountain. You don't really know why, you don't really even know if that's your goal, but it seems like a good idea to do, doesn't it? But yeah, so that's Symmetry Island. There's actually a fair bit more to this island. And we're gonna be coming back here in a little bit. We'll go over those audio logs and we'll kind of look at the details on it, but I want to show one last... Yeah, we'll show one last thing before we end this one. Just kind of get you a different concept of it. So those puzzles were pretty much just kind of... You use your wits about you, you know, you make things work, but that's about it. This type of puzzle, on the other hand, is a fair bit different. Notice different panel styling as well. No glass in this one at all. Old scale, green. Might have some interesting stuff. But it looks kind of tree-ish, and we can see, again, same idea. Try it. No, doesn't work. But it does look oddly similar to something, doesn't it? Wonder what it looks similar to. What does it look similar to? See if you can figure out the answer from that. It takes us to this next one. Again, we get some nice tree-shaped things. Let's see if I can get this one. I have a feeling I'm not being super subtle in how I'm getting the answers to this. Let's see, 1, 2, this one right here. Awesome. What about this one? Can we do this one? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I bet it's this one. Yippers. Awesome. So you can start seeing that the environment actually has an effect on these puzzles. We've seen it actually interacting with the environment, but actually for solving these puzzles, you're actually using the environment as well for some of them. It doesn't seem like all of them, though. But this might play into that whole dichotomy thing we were hearing from that quote a little while ago. Different concepts of thinking, different ways of thinking of the world. It seems like there's different ways of solving these puzzles as well, depending on what area you're in. 1, 2. This one, right? Yay! Success! And this one's... Notice we don't have any apple whatsoever. That's sad. So how on earth are we gonna figure out this one? Dun dun dun. What are we gonna do? Where is it? I don't even remember where it is. Oh, I do. This one, right? So you can tell that this picture and the tree, they don't look entirely the same, do they? There's one branch that's cut off here that's still showing up on here. So that's interesting. Looks like that tree should have had one more branch on it. And lo and behold, where'd it go? Oh, they cut off the branch to get the apple. Those sneaky, sneaky people. Get some cool stuff here. Got some new trees. Got a cool windmill going around here. But this is something that I stumbled upon pretty early, and I think it's kind of neat. So we got all these tree-shaped things. And now all these pictures. Circulatory system, it looks like. Respiratory system, that looks like. The lungs, the, what, atriolas? Is that what they're called? Oh boy, grade 12 biology. Let's try and not fail me now. Got some nerves. Cool how they kind of all look like trees a little bit, hey? Interesting, interesting. And this is the type of payoff you get in this game. It's really not a congratulations, you win type of payoff. It's just, you learn a little bit more, you find some interesting things, and you kind of figure out the world from there. So the last thing I think we're going to do today is just take a look inside the rabbit hole, also known as the windmill. And we see some interesting flowers. X marks the spot, maybe? Maybe? Interesting. We get this kind of creepy, looks like this windmill has more to it than meets the eye, doesn't it? And yeah, so that is kind of what we're at. See if we can get inside the windmill. And I think we'll end it right there after we kind of finish this last little tree section. So this whole point of that tree section is really just to show you that the environment does play a part in these puzzles. There's no payoff, there's no laser beam, there's no anything else. It's just, now you know that knowledge. So it's probably going to make your life a little bit easier down the road. And we can see the entrance to the windmill. Got the dots, we know how to do dots. Interesting, the shape that it opens up. And we get some really ancient looking little device. Let's see what it does. And we started the windmill working. See? And they say you don't get cool things in this game. You get to turn a whole darn windmill. I think that's where we're going to end it today. So like I said, this isn't really a video that you're going to see a lot of huge exciting things on, but I think the more and more you watch this, you're going to start realizing some really cool stuff. I hope you noticed a couple interesting little tidbits this time. Next episode, I think we're going to go back to Symmetry Island. We're going to do another section of it that you probably haven't seen yet, and then kind of go a fair bit more in depth of, well, what is this section? What does it actually mean? So that's going to be our part 2 for it, coming up hopefully sooner than later. Hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. If you did, please smash that like button. It really means a lot. Or if you haven't yet, subscribe. Love to see that. Thank you guys for all the support in my last couple of videos. It's been absolutely amazing. Hope you guys have a really great day, though. And I will see you guys in the next episode of The Witness. Have a great one.